An orange juice, please.
Certainly.
The weather's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, yes. The weather's always good in July. There you are. One freshly squeezed orange juice.
Thank you. Your English is excellent.
Thank you very much.
Really? You speak English perfectly.
Well, not perfectly, but I manage. I've been to England a few times and to the States once, but I don't think I've travelled as much as you. Are your group having a good time?
Yes, I think so.
Just a minute. Is that right? Are your group having a good time, or should it be, is your group having a good time?
Oh, you can say is or are. Both are fine. Yes, I think they're having a good time. One of them has read his guidebook very carefully. He knows more about Stockholm than I do.
Is that a problem?
No, not really. Oh, my watch has stopped. Can you tell me the time?
Yes, it's nearly 7:30.
Would you like to know the exact time, Anna?
Oh, hello, Neville.
It is now 7:27 exactly.
Thank you, Neville.
I've just found another interesting piece of information.
In your guidebook?
Yes. There are about 24,000 islands in the Stockholm archipelago.
About 24,000 islands?
That's right, about 24,000 islands.
Don't you have the exact number?
No. It says, no one knows exactly, but there are about 24,000 islands in the Stockholm archipelago. I think that's an interesting piece of information.
Yes, it's a very interesting piece of information. Thank you, Neville.
You're welcome.
Chair frame. Black print shirt. Looking at the watch. Professional attire.
Name badge. As allowed. Nuts. Almond. Cashew. Pistachio.
Block of cheese. Olives. Double knit Western style suit.
Martini. Gin.
Customers. Bareback dress.
Decanter.
Vintage champagne bottle.
Who do you want to speak to?
My English is not very good.
Oh, I see. Who do you want to speak to?
Mr. Scott.
He's...
Sorry, I don't understand.
He's out. He's not here.
Ah, Mrs. Robinson?
One moment. Sit there.
Do you mind if I smoke?
Yes, I do mind. What's your name?
Winter.
Mrs. Robinson?
Yes, Mary.
There's a man to see you. Mr. Winter.
Send him in.
you want to speak to?
Could you speak slowly, please? My English is not very good.
Oh, I see. Who did you want to speak to?
Mr. Scott.
I'm afraid he's out.
Sorry, I don't quite understand.
I'm afraid he's out. He's not here.
Ah, Mrs. Robinson?
Could you wait just one moment? Please take a seat.
Do you mind if I smoke?
I'd rather you didn't. What was the name?
Winter.
Mrs. Robinson?
Yes, Mary?
There's a gentleman to see you. Mr. Winter.
Thank you, Mary. Please show him in.
Turn on the power switch. When the ready symbol lights, the copier is ready for making copies. Raise the original cover. Place the original face down on the glass. Gently lower the original cover. Key in the desired number of copies on the keyboard. Press the print button.
The Hatter was the first to break the silence. "What day of the month is it?" he said, turning to Alice. He had taken his watch out of his pocket and was looking at it uneasily, shaking it every now and then, and holding it to his ear. Alice considered a little, and then said, "The 4th. 2 days wrong," sighed the Hatter. "I told you the butter wouldn't suit the works," he added, looking angrily at the March Hare. "It was the best butter," the March Hare meekly replied. "Yes, but some crumbs must have got in as well," the Hatter grumbled. "You shouldn't have put it in with the bread knife." The March Hare took the watch and looked at it gloomily. Then he dipped it into his cup of tea and looked at it again. But he could think of nothing better to say than his first remark. It was the best butter, you know. Alice had been looking over his shoulder with some curiosity. "What a funny watch," she remarked. "It tells the day of the month and doesn't tell what o'clock it is." "Why shouldn't it?" muttered the Hatter. "Does your watch tell you what year it is?" "Of course not," Alice replied very readily. "But that's because it stays the same year for such a long time together." "Which is just the case with mine," said the Hatter. Alice felt dreadfully puzzled. The Hatter's remark seemed to have no sort of meaning in it, and yet it was certainly English. "I don't understand if she could."
Other orange juice, Anna?
Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Oh, okay. I'll have an apple juice, please.
Certainly.
I'll tell Lasse that joke about the crocodile.
Is it about two men sitting on a bank of a river?
Yes.
And one of them has his feet in the water.
Yes, that's it.
And suddenly he says, "Ow!"
Yes.
And it finishes, "I don't know, all crocodiles look the same to me."
Yes. You've heard it before.
You told it to me yesterday.
Did I?
Yes. There's your apple juice.
Thank you. Did I tell you the one about the dog?
No.
Did I tell you, Anna?
No, I don't think so.
Right. Listen carefully. This is a really good joke. A man was visiting another man, and the second man had a very large dog in his garden.
You don't have to speak so slowly, Neville. You know Lasse understands English perfectly.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Well, the second man had a very large dog in his garden. While the first man was crossing the garden, the dog barked at him very loudly. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Barking. Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Yes.
Neville.
Sorry. Well, naturally, the man was a little worried. So he said to the other man, "Your dog's barking very loudly. I hope he's not going to bite me." And the second man said, "Don't worry. You know the old proverb, 'A barking dog never bites.'" And the first man said, "Yes, I know the proverb. You know the proverb, but
Does the dog know the proverb?
Yes."
Impressionist oil painting. Striped necktie.
Black bow tie. Red vest. Silver bracelet. Raspberry soda water. Cash register. Coffee maker.
Coffee mug. Button.
Rum.
Ginger ale. Cigarette packet.
Drunkard. Empty bottle. Cardigan.
Oh my God! Why are all the drink bottles empty? How strange.
Push it gently, just gently, then the water will come out. Can I help you?
It'll be nice if you can give me a hand.
No, no!
William, please come back.
Please say no if someone asks if you see a man with red hair. Thank you.
What a strange person.
Vending machine. Vending machine. Vending machine. Paneling.
Dentist.
You know the old proverb, if you want something done well, do it yourself. Ah.
You didn't put the paper in correctly.
Oh.
I'll show you.
Thanks.
You take this out, carefully, like this.
Yes.
You put the paper in, like this.
Yes.
And you push this in here, gently. You shouldn't push it too hard. Okay?
Yes.
There you are. That's the way to do it. It's ready now.
Thank you.
Well, I have Alex Ferguson with me, the Scottish manager. Alex, how are you feeling?
Oh, naturally, I'm very pleased. All the players played magnificently.
Are you happy with the result?
Well, obviously, I'm sorry we didn't win. But against Brazil, 2-2 is a very good result. So I'm very happy with it. We scored 2 magnificent goals. The second goal was an especially good goal.
In the last few seconds of the match.
Yes, unfortunately there wasn't time to score a third. But I'm very happy with the result.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, John.
And now, back to the studio.
coach,
radio announcer, player, grandstand, floodlight,
waste basket, waste paper,
power on button, copier lid,
MacDonald to Patterson on the left. A beautiful pass. Patterson, he's got two defenders in front of him. He's beaten one. He's beaten two. Whittaker is in the middle. A good cross from Patterson. And Whittaker has scored! Whittaker has scored a magnificent goal! MacDonald passed the ball beautifully to Patterson. Patterson ran 50 yards. He beat two defenders easily, crossed the ball perfectly to Whittaker, and Whittaker sent it past the goalkeeper like an express train. A magnificent goal, Jimmy.
Yes, a magnificent goal. The goalkeeper didn't see it. Patterson did very well. He beat the two defenders, crossed the ball quickly, and Whittaker beat the goalkeeper superbly.
So, with only a few seconds left on the clock, the score is 2-2. And it's all over! A marvellous match, and the final score is Brazil 2, Scotland 2.
Well, here in the studio, Bob and I enjoyed the match very much.
Yes, it was absolutely magnificent. Really great. Terrific. Absolutely terrific. Fantastic.
Scotland played very well.
Yes, Scotland played remarkably well. I thought Patterson was especially good, but all the players are on form at the moment.
What did you think of the Brazilian team?
Oh, they were excellent. Brazilian football is tremendously exciting, and we had a good example of it in this match.
Yes, it's been a marvellous evening. We hope you've enjoyed it. From Bob, from me, and from all of us here, good night.
mixer,
sports program commentator,
broadcasting studio,
fullback,
passing the ball, kicking,
Did you see the match last night? Scotland and Brazil? Yes. Whittaker's goal in the last minute? Yes. Fantastic. It went past the goalkeeper like an express train. Yes. Do you play any sports yourself? Not really. I like swimming. Are you a good swimmer? Oh, yes. I swim like a fish. How about you? I swim like a gorilla. But gorillas can't swim. Exactly. You should learn to swim. It's good exercise. It's very healthy. My health's fine. How's your appetite? Fine. I'm eating like a horse at the moment. Eating like a horse? Eating like a horse. Would you like a lump of sugar?
inflatable ball,
suntan lotion,
goggles, zebra striped swimsuit,
bath towel, swimming cap,
Pull ladder. Inflatable raft.
Adverbs indicating a state. Construction.
Absolutely. Magnificently. Quickly. Beautifully. Naturally. Really. Carefully. Nearly. Slowly. Correctly. Obviously. Superbly. Exactly. Perfectly. Tremendously. Freshly. Politely. Unfortunately.
You speak English perfectly. Whittaker beat the goalkeeper superbly. It was absolutely magnificent. Brazilian football is tremendously exciting. Naturally, I'm very pleased. I'm naturally very pleased. The words being both adjective and adverbs.
This is a direct flight. It goes direct to London. I'm taking an early train. I want to arrive early. I had a late breakfast. I got up late.